All right, here I am with Mr. Moody. We're just talking on doing Facebook ads and how to do the targeting and some other stuff you could do. And so James and I are just going to have a conversation, so don't mind us. But basically, what we're going over here is taking a cold ad, driving it to a blog or any form of content, and offering the widget maybe on the sidebar as a pop-up. But the blog will be about fat loss or weight loss or whatever the problem is of who you're trying to reach. Maybe you work with special pops, so how to exercise without, making your arthritis worse, or whoever you want to reach specifically. Because even if they don't opt in for your widget, your free ebook, your free video series, then you at least build a custom audience in Facebook if you put the pixel on the page. So the cool thing about this is this slowly builds up for every single person that goes to that blog page that's relevant to their problem. And then you can run an ad only to those people that have raised their hand that they're interested in the content. And the content should be around the biggest problem they have. So for someone that is looking to get ready for their wedding, if you target 25 to 35-year-old women across the UK or the US that their interests are, let's say, wedding wire, wedding magazine, I don't know, whatever the biggest wedding things are, that probably means that, or you can target women that are engaged, and the blog could be about 7 steps to get ready and fit for your wedding. And you could offer a widget on the side where, how to get wedding ready and the tightest buns in time for your big day in the next 6 weeks or whatever you want to do. If they don't take it, then you at least build a custom audience of women that are engaged, that found some interest in whatever you wrote about on your blog, that wedding ready. Okay, so it's
Sorry,
yeah.
just to clarify, dude. So what is the difference? How do we build our custom audience?
So
the blog, we've got the guys who opt in for the widget, the ebook,
no.
whatever it is.
So this audience is anyone that lands on this page.
Exactly. So they haven't opted in.
They could, which is great. Both work, right? So you're building an audience of people that either take the next step or just land here, read it, or maybe just land and don't even read it. Either way, we've narrowed down who we're trying to reach here, right? Because this custom audience, you retarget another ad, a brand new ad for the widget. But the widget is people that we know are interested, that are engaged, that need to lose weight. Does that make sense?
Because there's a pixel on our blog page, right?
You have to put it on. So that's the new pixel. It's not the conversion tracking. It's the new pixel that Facebook is pushing. So I would go into, let's see. You still see that?
Yep, we're good now.
Cool. All right, let's say I'm not running any ads at the moment, but if I want to set this up, I've done it in the past and it works. So you go to pixels. Here's the old conversion tracking pixel. That's how you set up campaigns for leads, actually tracking. And you can do it with a new pixel. It's a little less clear, and it's not, I don't think it's completely set up yet. But basically, what I would do is I'd create an audience, and anyone who visits specific pages, and it will be maybe my website. And if the blog post is wedding ready, whatever the page is with the content, and then wedding or engaged woman 25 to 45 needing fat loss, whatever you want to call it. You create the audience, you take the pixel it gives you, and you would go to your website. if you're using WordPress with it's called, let's say, post, and you can, let's say it's optimized press. Oh, here we go. Perfect. So I would just drop this code with this setup for this page for this audience here, publish it, and then I would go back. Now this is set.
Where's the code? Where's the code, John? Sorry, mate, I didn't see the code.
Oh yeah, it would pop up. So let's see, where's my audiences? So this is the code.
Yep.
Yep. You drop that here. Go back to manage ads or Power Editor. And what you probably want to do is just get clicks, because your goal is not conversions. And then I would enter whatever that domain was, actionfitnessinc.com. It's not a real page, but you get what I'm saying. Wedding fat loss, whatever the blog post was. And then I would go down here, and we want Facebook pixel, not conversion tracking pixel. Wedding custom audience campaign. And then you just set up a regular ad, whatever you want to budget. Okay, so just so it's more specific, let's say US woman 25. I haven't done the research on it, so I don't know exactly what they're interested in. But let's see. So if you're going online, not local, you want to aim for about 500,000 to 1 million people. Clearly, we need to narrow this down because it's 21 million people. So we want demographics. And let's search engaged. Let's see. So, ooh, that's good. So 1.1 million. Let's just say wedding. I don't know. I'd have to do the research, but let's see. We want to narrow the audience. We could probably just do engaged, because what's going to happen is the custom audience that we build, if the blog post is titled how to get in shape for your wedding, out of those 1.1 million or 1.3 million women that are engaged, some of them may not think that they need to get ready, although most women probably do, I would imagine, because everyone wants to be in the best shape for their dress. But the ones that want it the most are going to be the ones that click on the page. And that custom audience is going to be comprised of the percentage of these people, these 1.3 million women, we can narrow this down, that really want the benefits of the blog post. There you go. We can keep it simple like that. You could narrow it down more. Wedding wire. That's a popular. That's pretty narrow, but you get the idea. You could go small if you want. I mean, it's up to you. Digital marketer recommends 500,000 to 1 million, but this is pretty targeted because obviously they're going to get married because they're engaged, but also they're interested in pages or things like Wedding Wire that talk about getting ready for your wedding. So maybe they're closer to actually buying. Does that make sense?
100%.
Cool. And yeah, so I would set this up for the blog post. So I'd set this up for the blog post, and then I would create a brand new ad. So let's just say that we're starting fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I go
campaign, right?
Yep. So like these are here's my customer list for my gym. Let's see if I have a big one. Here's a lookalike audience. So that custom audience we create, the wedding people, you go here, click here, and you could adjust age and sex, but really you wouldn't need interest now, because the people that you're going to reach, are these people that you built from this custom audience.
So just to clarify, so the custom audience is being built from everyone who landed on that blog post where you put the pixel.
Yes, that's campaign 1. Campaign 2 is what we just set up right now. So we're setting up a campaign to only
for a new blog post or whatever.
We could, but really this is going to be for your offer, and that digital marketer calls it a tripwire or opt-in. This can be like a $7 paid thing. This can be a free 7-day video series. This can be a transformation call, whatever you want to give them. But the thing is, we're targeting people that we know that are willing to take time to read about it or are interested in stepping forward. And then on top of that, we're going to narrow those people down to those that are really interested in it. So it's a slower process than just putting free strategy call out there, which does work, but you have opportunity to build more of a relationship with them and also target them more specifically to who you can help.
For sure. So, based on what you know so far and what digital marketers are saying, are you saying go straight into the tripwire, into the opt-in, or are you saying maybe build more than just one point of contact? So far they've hit a blog.
Mm-hmm.
For you, is that enough to then target them with an offer, or do you sometimes build up more trust first through blogs or whatever it might be?
They say do one piece of content and then go for the opt-in. So their process, they showed it in a couple of different ways, but their process typically is, let's go back to our nice little drawing here. So now they opt into your widget, and then the widget puts them on an email series and maybe a thank you page for like a $7 or pounds offer. Because the percentage of people that actually buy this, you then take them to an application or a more expensive product, but they've already pulled out their credit card, so they're going to be the best people. You only need a couple of people here to make this whole thing worth it.
And just so we've got an idea of numbers, what sort of numbers are you looking at through the funnel, through the chain? If we start with the ad, what sort of impressions are you looking at for a good number? What conversion are you looking to blog? What would be good numbers?
For click-through rate, digital marketer says to push for 1.5% click-through rate or higher on link clicks, not on all clicks. Don't confuse all clicks with link clicks, because if you look at the reporting in Facebook, if you click performance and clicks, it shows you all clicks, which are likes, shares, and link clicks. And then it shows you a separate link clicks only, which shows you how many people actually click through to the page. That's the one I care about. I don't care about how many people liked it, because they didn't do anything, you know?
Sure. So we're looking at about 1 to 1.5% of people hitting onto the actual blog from that.
They say good is 1.5%, but honestly, here's what I care about. If I spend, this is not the most intelligent way to do it, but this is what I believe. Maybe Simon could correct me on this. I spend 1,000 here, and this turns into 10K. I don't give a fuck what my percentage of click-through rate is, you know, because you could have a 10% click-through to your blog, but if no one buys, who cares?
Sure. So in that instance, we'd be looking at where we're falling short, right? So if we're looking at huge click-through, which is awesome. And then probably be looking at the quality of your content, maybe looking at what the widget's offering.
Yep. So each one is a step. Here is step 1, right? And then here is step 2. And then here is step 3. So if this is a 7-day video series right here, the widget. What the fuck? Oops. I have terrible handwriting with this. So let's say this is.
It's good.
$7. So 7-day here. Every day you can push them. If you're going straight for application, that's cool. Or if you want to do a tripwire, that's cool. Either way, in every piece of content you give them, if it's 7 days, you hit them 7 times.
Yeah, that's something that Simon mentioned to me to do, is on every single piece of content they have an application form.
Yep.
Instead of just at the end.
Right. So if you're doing a video series, one way to do this isn't the only way, but let's say it's like day 1, here's your video. Below, fill out your application. And I would write, take the next step, right? And so this is day 1. You would do that for day 2. You would do that for day 3. You would do that for day 4. So what I do is I say I've both will get a similar result. You just got to test it to optimize. But the Facebook group is really powerful because if you do the Facebook group, what you'll find is that you can, let's say they don't read the emails, but here this gets them into the Facebook group too. You could take that Facebook group and push them for an application.
So your free Facebook group where you've got them because you're giving them content, how are you pushing them to an application?
If I were you, I would screenshot results and link back to the application.
Sure.
Or just put up good content that you know that they help. And how do you know how it's good content? If it's a niche or if it's more narrow, like this, if this is that wedding example I gave you, the content could be about tips to get ready for your wedding, and that will be posted in your Facebook. Here's a cool thing. So if they opt in for your widget, you A, have them on your email list, and B, could have them in a Facebook group. So it gives you multiple ways to reach them as this automated machine is running.
Sure. And say we've got them hooked in, they've opted in for the widget, wherever it might be. When are you pushing for a Facebook group? Is that the next point of contact for you? I know what you do personally on your thank you page, but for everyone watching.
You could, below the thank you video, you could say the next step is to apply, and then you could put buttons below. One that says, click here to apply, step 1. Step 2, join our free Facebook group. In the thank you email they get automatically, you could mention both. And then video 1, day 1, you could do the same thing with the buttons, or just actually embed the application like this. The other option will be build your page. So here's your video. Button 1 here, button 2 here. This is step 1, apply. Step 2, join our free group. Yeah, it's not gonna be perfect because it's always gonna be a drop off. But remember, if this turns into this, who gives a fuck? Because you could always improve the mess along the way,
Sure.
So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off for our Fitpreneur friends. I hope that helped today.